If you've been following along, I had an epiphany today. I see exactly the structure. In a big way. This just changes everything. I really evolved a lot today with this. How do I describe it? So, take the verse, hold it in your conscious. It is about a psychological process. Every one of these are about a psychological process that is about healing, and not everybody needs to heal. And some people need to heal more than others. So there's a components in here for that. At the very basic teaching is forgive and you'll have a better life. Period. That's it. If you pull that off, it'll work. That's the basic core of this. If, however, you're like, I can't, I won't, I'm not going to, then we start like the smorgasbord or other items on the palette. Things that you're going to have to do, how to, be prepared, how to watch for this to emerge, how to observe oneself, how to catch it when it happens, and how to kind of defeat it, how to illuminate it, how to look at it, how to put light on it instead of keeping it in the dark to emerge it. That is the structure of self-healing, and that is the core structure of everything. It's in Hinduism, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, all the myths. It's in Buddhism. It's in Taoism. It's in Navajo lore. I've never looked at South America. Then what they do is they take that palette right there and they give it to people and say, here's the components. Build a story, build a teaching that's going to go around here someplace using components that are analogous in the physical world to what is going on up here. Just build a story on that. Then you get a lot of repetition because people are coming up with a variety of ways of saying that one thing right there because they are obscuring it anyway. And, maybe they're even sitting around at some point going, let's collect a bunch of these things. Oh, that one's stupid. Get rid of that one. Oh, I like that one. Put that in. Oh, add a little bit more to it. That's what they're doing back there. They have time. They don't have technology. They have this framework. And from this framework, if you have to start explaining things like, all right, now for you that don't get it, let me help you out. Not many are you going to go. You're going to have to turn inward. You're going to have a barrier right there to go through. You're going to have to submerge into the underworld. All of these components are just completely there, and they're using analogs or make up things, whether it's island hopping. Somehow they're just making a story on this framework. The hero's journey is based on this. This is the core. This is the core. I will write some things down. This just came to me today and I had to say something. I don't know what to do with it. It changes everything. I'm going to have to give my mind time to kind of wire it in. What else? That's it. I'll come up with a video. I know this, that if I just keep this in right now, I think people would want to know this that are far enough along. I think this should be in the public domain. It is so prevalent that it was public. C.G. Jung came up with this without going through the material. He observed it in life and identified it, but without working with people. The Greeks are out there, a whole bunch of these great thinkers that have time on their hands right now that are developing these stories. That's it. But the story is built in ways that those outer elements can become whatever you want. You can make them supernatural. You can make them religious. You can make them adventurous. You can make them about life. Doesn't matter. The city of Atlantis, 3 layers, sank down into the sea because of corruption. These stories emerged when society emerged. Because we're freaking animals, but we're developing a sense of self, and we hurt, and there's something different. The stories are important to help us. Not everybody needs it. Some people come from places where they're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Other people might be like, yeah, I got one thing I hang on to that I need to figure out. I got to, do that. I need to resolve that. And the resolution generally comes from talking it out. You have to communicate with somebody. I don't think there's any other way. You have to, if you can't break that barrier, it's there. You might have to work on it inside until you're ready to go through that barrier and think about things and employ some other thought processes and not deny the idea and think about, how you might be able to do it. It might be something you have to grow with and then you could do it. But as long as you're at a point where you're like, yeah, I'm okay with it. No, I'm not telling anybody. You're lying to yourself. These are issues that we have to resolve, and it affects the way our life unfolds. It impedes our life. And that outer stuff, well, it would be there for a variety of reasons. But think about this. Suddenly, you don't have to send 100 people off to hunt and forage because you've got agriculture. Now you can send 10 people to go, and 90 other people they suddenly have a cultural issue. They're not busy. I don't think that's why the stories were made. I'm just trying to imagine what life is like back then as this is happening and it's emerging. And it first did emerge. The earliest writings we found contains this. And beer recipes. We haven't changed. We just got a lot more toys. Holy crap. I'll get this down. I'm excited, but I don't know if, I know if I make a video on it, somebody's going to watch this and they're going to think something back in the cosmos and it'll help enhance it. So, yeah, cool. This is it. The framework, the palette. It's a smorgasbord. Come in and eat what you need. If this takes care of you, you're good. If not, you might have to try some of this, try some of that, try some of that. Oh, yeah, that's what you're going to experience along the way. If you're already way up here, but you got one thing to take care of, you're not going to experience much of a change. If you come from way down here, you're going to have to go through more stuff, and this covers it all. All of this is on that tray. And it's all carried in cultural analogs, religions, myths, spiritual teachings, fables. Yeah. Love one another. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and I can say with confidence now that yes, the Gospel of Thomas was my Rosetta Stone. Not because of its precision, but because it's a mess. It's a beautiful mess. It is. I needed Thomas.